And welcome everybody to this first episode of a campaign playthrough from Total War Warhammer 2. We're playing a new campaign, a Mortal Empires campaign. I will be playing as Isabella von Carstein. Faction effects start with one blood kiss, which will be very important. Access to a unique building in Castle Drakenhof. Hero capacity +3 for vampires. And the weapon strength for heroes embedded in armies will be +25%. Lord effects. Undying Love, +15 to melee attack and defense when Vlad and Isabella, these two lovelies, are reinforcing each other. Which as soon as possible I will get that done. Melee attacks and melee defense, +10 for hero vampires. Now, here you'll see we'll start off with this little province. So our primary objectives is uniting both Western and Eastern Sylvania under our rule. I will be playing the campaign on and battle on easy mode. Because even though I've had this game for a long time, I am no good at it. So without any further ado, let's begin the von Carstein Chronicles. Now, I have done some studying of the map before I started this, so I have a basic battle plan, which I will demonstrate as soon as we've loaded in. As you can see in this text here, the goal of Vlad and Isabella is to become Emperor and Empress Eternal. Which, coincidentally, is also my goal in this game. My intention is to conquer everything and everyone and just wipe all the enemies that I have off the fucking map. Now, loading does always take a bit, which is somewhat annoying, but nothing that can be done about that. Come on. Load already, will you? We've got more things to do. There we go. We've now loaded in.
Hail to you, O cold and beautiful Isabella. Manfred dwells in Castle Dragonhof, your rightful home. So whilst you should be rightfully proud of what you have achieved so far, there is clearly still much to be done. The Temple of Brood control the lands to the north, as far as the river Stir. They cannot be suffered to endure, lest they threaten your strength. Raise your forces, march on the foe, and show them true terror. The high mountains to the south are infested with dwarfs. Our lands will never be safe with such an enemy so close. Make plans to drive out their stunted kind in time. So set forth, Isabella, wife and warrior, beauty and horror. The fury in your eyes will bring this world to its knees.
Now, this is a quick description of how they play. You can pause it if you want to read this. No. This is our current objective. Occupy, loot, raise or sack 2 different settlements. No problem, we will be doing that. I can just zoom out already. Now, as you can see, Savania, there is one more Sylvanian settlement above this, so my intention is to sweep right, take Drakenhof from Manfred and burn him. And sweep up here, turn right, and then begin my assault on the humans. Now, this is our current capital, Zwartshaven. I can make multiple constructions there. I will increase my income and increase my growth, because the faster I grow, the more I can upgrade a settlement. Now, these are my heroes. Let's see, what are your skills? Wound, excellent. And also wound, okay. That's good. Now, on top of here, you can see blood kisses. Blood kisses are used for bloodlines. I am currently gonna go for the von Carstein because they give Sylvanian crossbowmen and the third one gives handgunners. Because by nature, vampires and von Carsteins do not have ranged units, which is somewhat of a hindrance. Now I'm gonna send you here to find enemy lords and heroes you can assassinate, because any faction leader I kill and any hero that I kill will be any hero and lord, any faction leader actually. So Manfred von Carstein, for example, is a faction leader, and anything like this from enemy factions killed by my heroes, and any faction leader just in generally murdered, will give me blood kisses. The more blood kisses I have, the more of these can get. Every time I unlock any of these, I get a lord. So for these 3, I get 3 von Carstein lords, I get Lamian lords, Blood Dragon lords, Nerkhag, and 3 guys. I've moved Isabella up to the border. Don't need this many bats. So I will take these out and raise one of you. One of you. Then, guess I'm gonna have to move back here. Because I need more of these shielded units to actually put up a proper defensive line. Now, this is the research screen. All of these give different settings. Now, I'm gonna immediately start with this because this is gonna give me, in 5 turns, it's gonna give me another blood kiss. Now, what you see here is an enemy army, 7 different units. And the only thing we know is that there's one swordman unit in there. 7 units, no information. 8 units, Manfred, and 2 zombie units. That's all the information we have. I am not that bothered by the dwarves at the moment. Like, they will not be my primary target. My primary objective right now is to unite Sylvania, and then push to the right, because the further I go to the right, eventually here you have the Empire, which is the main faction of the humans, which will try to either conquer all the other humans or consolidate power with them to get them to join, which is something I want to prevent, because the smaller factions will actually hate each other relatively easy, but if the Empire gets to play its cards right, it can unite all the human factions, and that's something I want to prevent. So, considering I've done everything I'm capable of right now, I will be hitting this button to end the turn, and then the AI will go through the same things I just did. Now, on the top you see all the flags of the different factions. There's a lot of factions. Okay, so he's gonna go there, and he's gonna make war with Castle Tempelhof. Now, what happened now is this is a unit of an army of the living, and they march into vampire territory, which is why they got the skull. They are now suffering attrition, which means their units are slowly taking damage because they are in a territory that has some form of corruption. You have 3 types of corruption. You have
Your kind are a nightmare made flesh, sire. Yoke the power of the dead, and you shall be unstoppable.
As you can see, you have Chaos Corruption, Vampiric Corruption, Skaven Corruption. Skaven are basically Redmen, Chaos is demons, monsters, and everything else. And we are vampires. Now, Vampiric Corruption is 100% here, because this is vampire territory. Now you can see, because the mood here is directly on our borders, and my hero has moved into this territory, it starts putting vampire corruption. It's gonna move up to 50% if my hero stays here, but my hero is not gonna stay here. My hero is actually gonna move as a scout unit to find and destroy heroes as fast as possible, because I want to be gaining as much blood kisses as I possibly can in the short amount of time. That is not what I wanted to click. I wanted to click on you, young lady. Now, you see there, that's the last Sylvanian settlement. Now, I put Isabella in here, and it's somewhat frustrating that I cannot make any skeletons. So I'm actually going to cancel this building and construct this. So in one turn I'll get this, and that will unlock the recruitment for skeletons and zombies, as you can see on the left. Because I need units with shields. Well, at the same time, seeing that we just unlocked Vlad von Carstein, I will recruit him as well. And give him 2 zombie units to start off with. Our research is still gonna take 4 turns. And that will be done. So, oh, and my turn. And this is basically how the entire game goes. You do your stuff. You end your turn. Rinse, repeat. Now, this is gonna take a few moments, of course, because I need to get my armies ready for combat. My main objective is taking out Drakenov, because if I kill Manfred, I not only get a blood kiss, but I also get a powerful settlement. Because this is a province capital. Just like Castle Tempelhof here. Tempelhof and Drakenov are the respective capitals for their own provinces, Eastern and Western Sylvania. Which means they have a massive amount of build space. Now, there's a hero. This is exactly what we wanted. Now it is my turn again.
Forces of the Empire, my lord. The men of the old world are weak, but great in number. They should be no match for your warriors.
Now, I'm going to select this. I have a 30% positive outcome. It's small, but... And that was a failure. So, I'm actually going to pull this hero back, because I want to kill that guy. Because once my research completes, in combination with killing that hero, that would give me 3 blood kisses, and then give me a lot of stuff that I can use. Okay, so... Now... I will be building more of those. And 1 more of those. So in 2 turns I'll get 6 more units. Meanwhile, Vlad will be getting more... Like, Vlad's army is more gonna be a secondary army for me. Not much for me, that's really interesting. Now, as you can see, all these hero types are unlocked by building. So until I get the buildings I need, there's nothing I can do. Now, as you can see here, this is Castle Drakenov. At max, all these spaces here I can use for building. So we're gonna take a little look. These are the different types of buildings. You have infrastructure, so gaining growth, which means your city grows faster, which means you can upgrade it faster. Income generated and public order. If the public order is too low, excuse me for that. If your public order is too low, eventually there will be a rebellion, which means seditious forces will pop up. Just a random army will pop up, start growing, and eventually attack your city. They can actually destroy your city, so you want to prevent that as much as possible. Vampire corruption spreading. It's always nice to have. This one is very nice because, as you see for the second one, vampire corruption in adjacent provinces. So would I have this one, all the human provinces around me would gain get a +4 vampire corruption. Now this one will unlock necromancers. It's very nice. This is a recent addition, Crit Keepers. As you can see, the last one says discoverability of Skaven undercities. The Skaven can hide buildings in settlements, and apparently I learned they can build something akin to a nuclear weapon underneath enemy cities and detonate it, which is something I want to prevent. Awakened Battlefield provides an extra garrison for more defenses for my city, alongside all those nice bonuses. These Corpse File and Grave Guards. The Corpse File provides a garrison, and the Grave Guard count provides an even bigger garrison, but also adds walls around my city. Adding walls will make it more difficult for an attacking army to take out the city. Spirit Wells and Ancient Armory will help in unlocking units. Now, these Hex Raids and Cairn Raids are really nice. Banshee's another hero type. Then we have the Defiled Cairns load, which is all for cavalry. Since Corpse and Abyssal Woods, which all have. Except I can build all these units except for the Vargul because it requires a Vampiric Crypt, which is from Nightmare, Spirit Wells, Barrows, Mausoleum. Let's see, where's Lyncharge, Ossuary? Well, anyway, this is basically how the building settlements work. So the bigger your city, like Zwarthaven, Fort Openstein, will have 3 slots for building and 1 that's standard your settlement upgrade section. Like here, like the higher it is, the more garrison you get, more construction load, more vampire corruption, and more income. Anyway, that's going on, so Lord has not moved, yes. Vlad hasn't moved yet, but we do not want to attack yet, so we're gonna end the turn again. Now I'm gonna speed this up, but there it goes.
Aid may be summoned to your will, my lord. Rapidly augment your forces by raising the slain to your banner.
That's hindering replenishments, that's not what I want to do, so where did that hero go? Interesting, that hero seemed to have disappeared. So I'm assuming it went somewhere up here then. Now this is a ruined minor settlement. I can just take that with a lord. So that's nice. Now I will give Vlad a group of these as well. Because I want him to have defensive units as well. I'm really annoyed that I didn't see where that hero went. Oh well, he will pop again. So this was a bit of slow turn, so gonna end it again.
My lord, a rival power desires a change in your neutral
Now, this is the diplomacy screen. You can engage in diplomacy with AI factions, but the AI factions can also make offers, as happened now. Manfred von Carstein, who holds the target that I want to take, wants a non-aggression pact. I am not going to agree with this. I will actually not do anything. I will just simply reject the offer. Now, as you can see, Manfred has 2 armies as well. Now, I'm hoping that he will go to war with Tempelhof. Now, there you see, my biro constructions are complete. Let's see, what did I unlock? Well, I unlocked this one, but I need an ancient armory, which I believe can only be built in capital cities. So, well, we have no visual on enemies, so I'm going to simply send my heroes up north. Because this is also very helpful for later, because that way I can see enemy troop movements way easier. Isabella's army is reasonably acceptable, so I'll move her to the border. I will build you one more of these. And these will take 2 turns. Well, actually, god damn it, because I need to wait longer, so there comes an extra turn on top of that. So 4 of those, and then I'll get 2 units of dire wolves, because they get vanguard deployment, which is also really useful. Now, next turn, I'll get another blood kit for the research. My heroes are still scouting. Their next turn they're gonna turn this way, because I want to uncover as much of this area in between these mountains, so I can see every little move that's made. Oh, that's where that little fucker went. So, as you can see, there's now a red line, which will be the next turn's move, and then the blue is gonna be another one. I need to assassinate that, because I want range units, because I know Manfred cannot get it. Now, as you see, Manfred's get an army of 16 out of 20, and 5 out of 20. 16 and 11. So, this was a good turn. And there we go. Let's see what everyone does. What do you want? No. You come to me with the same offer. That's insulting. No. Technology research, second blood kiss. Mission shoot. Evident. I got 12 turns to complete this. Well, that's not gonna happen. Gonna move in her close. So next turn she'll be able to attack this guy. Meanwhile, Melissa here will move this way, following the river. So next turn I feel like Vlad's army will be decent enough. We're gonna put in new research. This will be very nice, serve in life or in death. Growth, which will influence the growing rate of our cities, and the income from repression buildings plus 50% is very nice. So that's what we're doing. That will take 6 turns to complete. Now, I hope that that hero stays there and that I can execute him next turn, because if that happens, I can give Isabella's army 1 more extra unit, which will be ranged units, which I desperately need. Because these are good, but they're not the ideal units to have. Putting 2 of these in the army, because I don't have any really decent frontline units. Because these, once I start fighting, you will understand what I mean. There we go. Ending turn. We're actually now at negative production.
A labyrinth of tunnels and warrens has been discovered beneath our settlement, crawling with vermin escaping. Your treasury is running dry, my lord. Soon you will be out of.
I thirst. Kill!
God damn it. Okay, well. Just going to have to do this now.
I thirst.
So now I'm moving these two into position and assign skill points. I'm giving you an extra 4% chance to wound. Apparently I wasn't able to, which is somewhat annoying. Where do we leave Melissa? Now as you see, as she moves, the map becomes more and more revealed, showing us more different factions and more different armies to spy on. Now let's see, what kind of thing can we expect? This is, as you see on Pride Garrison, that's what we will be dealing with if Vlad does not retreat his army. I expect him to be at war. Yes, they're at war. That is good. Now, if Vlad doesn't retreat, we will be guaranteed to take that city. And that's fine. If Vlad does retake a city, it's gonna be more difficult. He does not retreat. Excellent. And that army actually runs as well, which is beautiful. Now, as you can see, those armies are actually really weakened. But they took the cities, which is good. Because that will weaken Tempelhof once I start dealing with them. And it will make my life easier because he's weakening its own army. Now, Ireland declared war against the vampire count, and Stirland declared war against Tempelhof, which is excellent. No one's declaring war on me, but everyone hates my enemies. Which means that once I start attacking, they will like me. Which means I can do a little bit more annoying stuff to them before they actually start to hate me. No, there we go. Declare war. Yes, I think that's wise. Now the annoying thing is, I'm going into a siege now. The nice thing is, however, even if he were to withdraw his armies now, he will lose. No, I'm going to move Melissa here again. So my intention here is to swing right, take all of this, take out the mood, fight out this faction, then take out Ireland, and then push here. Because over here is the Empire. I'm actually going to see what happens. I'll drop one. Actually, well, I'm just gonna kill these units. This will give me positive one more turn. Like, next turn it's gonna come to a battle. Either I attack the city or Vlad attacks me. Either way, that's what I need. Lord's not moved, and turn. Now we shall see what Vlad does. See, and now this comes to a battle. Which becomes interesting, because we have Manfred's and Ingelbert's heavily damaged army. Manfred is my primary target, which is why I'm gonna stick Vlad and Isabella on that fucker. But these Graveguard units might be a problem. No, Battle of Castle Drakenhof. Show me what I'm dealing with. Excellent, it's just a ground battle, not a siege battle. This is because Vlad attacked me. So if he loses this battle, I will take this city. But not only that, I will wipe out all the armies I'm facing if I win this. Or no, wait, that's if... No, wait, it is a castle battle, so... Very glad I got to show you this. Took a while, but... Took about over an half hour to get to the point where we're finally attacking, but that's worth it. Now, the problem with Manfred right now, what he's doing, like, I have more troops than he does. Doesn't mean I'm better, but I have more troops. A good chunk of his troops, I'd say about 40% of his army, is heavily damaged. As you can see from this primary army, only this unit of skeleton spearmen is undamaged. Which means I have the tactical advantage here. Now he does have more monstered and better units. He has the Vargeist here, and the 4 units of Whatever's in the skeletons in the heavy armor that I just showed. I'm terrible with names. Those units are better than mine, but I have a elite unit myself of cavalry. Okay, so this is where Vlad's gonna come in. That's where Manfred's army is gonna come in. So the reason I need a shield is because you need, in this game, it's very handy to group things together. So this will be group 2. No. And what you do then is take it, drag them out, forming a battle line. Then you do the same with these. Put my cavalry here, put Isabella here, and my monsters are gonna go here. Start deployment. Start battle.
Allied reinforcements are arriving in support, Commander. Link up with them and surround the enemy.
Now, as you can see, this is a relatively strong army. Let's see, what is it? Zombies? No. Skeleton warriors? No.
Your flying units afford you great flexibility, Commander. Scout and harass the enemy as they maneuver.
Now, as you can see, my flying units are swarming this one, so they're breaking it. Now, as you can see, I just broke Manfred. This will cause his army to go basically into shutdown mode. Which is good. Ah shit, my cavalry died. That's not good. I actually like having cavalry. As you can see, that Vargul is wreaking havoc in my lines. But it's about to go down. Now, as you can see, because I killed the other lord, who became the army's commander, which I should have done way sooner, my mistake, the army collapsed. Now, here you can see the losses. We took significant losses, way more than I actually should have, but we wiped the entire army out and captured the city. Which is good. Also, because we killed Manfred, we gain another blood kiss. The good thing coming out of this loss is the fact that we now fixed our economy as well. So that's also something you need to balance very lightly. But this was good. Most of our shielded units are still alive. Vlad and Isabella are still alive. Enemy army completely wiped out. City captured. Economy fixed. And most likely will be able to raise a lot of units from the dead. And with this third blood kiss, I can finally give Isabella the ranged units she needs. This is very good. Now, I have to admit, I didn't really pay very close attention to my right flank. I was mostly busy keeping Isabella and Vlad alive. I should have focused on the bigger picture. That's sometimes a mistake I made. It's very easy to make. Now, as you noticed, once I killed the final lord, the enemy's army started shutting down. That's because I killed the enemy lord. Lords, depending on the race and faction you're fighting, will have different effects. Orcs, for example, have very low morale. If the enemy leader is killed, there's a high chance that the enemy will run scared and basically rout the entire army. Things like vampires and tomb kings, which are mummies, killing the army's leader will result in them breaking down, the army basically shriveling up and dying. Humans don't seem to have that much trouble with a leader dying. They basically get scared. It's easier to rout them, but crazy. Well, I'll be occupying the city. Nothing is, I didn't have to. I now still have my upcoming turn to do stuff. This is really nice. So I didn't have to take it on my turn. See, public order is stabilizing. And because they did that, the enemy faction is now wiped out. There you go. This is all kind of stuff we gained. Enemy killed in battle. Trades gained. Faction destroyed because Templehof took back the city. Now, let's try this again. I'm very foolhardy. I will keep trying this. Now, Isabella leveled up. So I will be... Let's see... Invocation of Hack. This will unlock this entire row of spells, which is very nice. No. You can see this is now ours. This means my units are repairing. I will actually give Vlad some more units. Two of you, one of you, one of you. One of you. I need to click rise. Okay, well, got our first 3 blood kisses. The first one of each faction costs 3. It basically doubles every time. So I'm gonna go for von Carstein first. Any army replenishment rate is plus 20%. So every time my army takes damage, it will recover 25% faster, and it will give me Sylvanian crossbowmen. What this also does, also you see this fixed our income extremely well. We now unlock Dolph von Carstein, which I will be recruiting, because he will be useful later. Now, I'll be giving this to Isabella. Those will be covered next turn. And I put those in that. Now, our next target will be, of course, Templehof. But before we can attack, we need to wait another turn. So we're gonna move Melissa again. Now, here is our primary enemy. The Empire. What we can see right now, these are the only 2 or 3, and probably another settlement here, which we will be able to capture. We need to move swiftly. As you can see, this skeleton hand here means there's a major battle. If we get near there, we can possibly raise stronger units. Now we'll be ending our turn again. Let's speed this up again. The amount of armies you can summon, for as far as I can tell, is unlimited. As long as you can keep sustaining them, you can keep using them. Now that army left that city, which is their fault, their loss, because that means I'm just gonna rush that city and take it. Now, of course, we're gonna start by getting to.
I shall drink them dry.
The thing is, this does level her up, so. We are declaring war on Templehof now. They are at war with them as well, so now they're fighting a war on two sides. Occupy the city, and it's mine. Now I can build, so I will be repairing the city. I'm going to move him here, ready for our first assault on them. That is not the faction leader, which is interesting, so I'm wondering where he went. Endorf, Kerdoth. And Helmgard, yeah. Emperor Karl's friend, that is the Emperor faction leader. He's still level 1, so at the moment we have the advantage. We need to press that advantage. Now let's see, what can we... Ooh, look at the things we can raise. I'm actually going to disband this entire army. Because there are units in there that I really want to have. $1,300, which means will bring us to 1,400. Raising units. As you can see, there's really fun units in here. Hexrite cavalry. This is the strongest cavalry unit you can get. Upkeep is 301, but 319, but that's totally worth it. So deselecting that army is completely worth it. Gonna speed this up again. Oh look, they took that. But in the same turn they lost that. Now, as you see, we sacked, razed, looted, or occupied 2 different cities. So we got 2,000 of a payment. So I will be raising this unit. 1, 2 units of Graveguard. At the same time, I will be removing 1, 2 units of those. Now I am going to send Vlad to deal with this little town here. I'm just going to auto-resolve this, because there's no point in fighting that, because I'm going to win it anyway. Province is secured. As you can see, we now have Waldorf, Eschen and Drakenhof, which secures the eastern Sylvanian, which means we get to use commandments. Commandments have effects like evocation of Nagats, recruitment rank for all units, local recruitment capacity +1, tax rate +5%, growth +20%, and plus vampiric corruption, or public order. Right now, I will be using the evocation of Nagash. And to demonstrate, I will be building one unit of that, and I'll be removing one of these units. The hero has not moved. Now, because we've seen that, we're going to move all the way down. Now, what do we have here? Wissenland.
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. And what brings you here with a sheathed blade?
Now, I will offer... actually, no, we will not do that just yet, because we intend to take out the mood first, so... War first. Okay, so we did that. Hero not moved. I will actually... no, not do that either. I'm going to upgrade Vlad. Give him the invocation of Nahek as well. Hero has not moved, so that's fine, we skip that. And end the turn. Now, as you can see, unite against us, Tempelhof has invited the Orc faction of the Red Eye to fight against us. Now, if we... here... Huh. Well, that didn't seem to go as I planned it to. We'll march our armies up to the border. Let's see who this is. Ziegler from Kruger. Actually, I'm going to see Tempelhof. Carstein, not that interesting. Not that many units. I will be raising one more units of these. And then next turn we will begin the assault. Here. Now we have almost entirely scouted this area, which is very nice. Next turn I will be attacking Tempelhof. are you at war with? You are now at war with them. So this is good. This army. It's interesting, but there are Avenheim and the Mood are actually fighting with each other, so he will be busy there. I'll be taking this, and then Fort Oberstein. No, what do we have? Vampire corruption +2 faction wide or income growth from cities. I do want more money. Early game, getting your economy up is extremely important because the more money you make early game, the faster you can grow armies. The faster you can grow armies, the faster you can take cities. And the faster you can take cities, the more income you have. Also, it doesn't hurt to have less enemies mid to late game. Now, we'll be ending turn. Now, there's two possible, or three actually. Either this guy stays in his city and gets totally flattened next turn. He comes out and attacks my armies, or he goes and try to take that city. If he does that, it's gonna be very funny for me. Now, I'm assuming that this guy is the faction leader, which would also be really good for me. Okay, so they embedded a hero into their army. Now, let's try this because I don't want that hero on the battlefield. There you go. Success. See, that's what I'm trying to do, because as you see now, I gain another blood kiss. I'll use the tree. So, we're going to increase the growth. I'm going to actually demolish this building, because I always put my army construction into the capitals here. Now, she became level 4, which is good. Damage buildings. Yeah. Tree grave card. We have that as well. A lot of skeleton units. He has more flying units and more cavalry than I do, but I have range units and shielded units. Actually, let's see. Ooh! Armored and shielded. So that means I'm gonna put these into the front lines. Now, these might be a problem. But causing terror is nice. I can run them into the enemy army and break them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 siege towers and 1 set of battering rams. And begin the siege. Hero has not moved. Melissa. There we go. Now we have explored the entire section here. Once I take the city, I'm actually going to push up. Nah, I'm actually gonna wait with that. I want to unite Sylvania. But attacking Castle Tempelhof will have to wait for next time. I'm actually going to save this as from Carstein Chronicles. Let's see. and then we will end this episode here. And I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time when we unite the rest of Sylvania under our rule and begin our attacks on the humans. Hope to see you in the next one.